street preacher assassins, and it's just a fun ride. But to me, it's kind of like almost like a super prequel to the Matrix, because a lot of the stuff that he does, he jacks in through the back of his head and everything like that. There's kind of futuristic hacker graphics and stuff, but I can't remember when the movie came out. I want to say late 90s, maybe early 2000s, but
I think it was in the 90s.
Late 90s?
Yeah.
And the ending is pretty cool. I'm not going to ruin it, but it has a computer hacker dolphin in it, so Johnny Mnemonic, check that one out. It's pretty cool. And that's it, just one. Yeah.
All right, so my main one was 13 Reasons Why season 2, which we already covered.
Yes.
But I wanted to do a first on here. Well, not a first, because Liz recommended, what was it, the
Siege.
Yeah,
Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six Siege. But I want to do a video game and a throwback to since we're doing the Matrix.
Yeah.
There was a little game called The Matrix Path of Neo that was released on PlayStation 2 years ago, and I think hands down that's one of the funnest video games that I've played that's based on a franchise ever. The execution, the amount of effort, and the graphics at the time. It allows you play Neo throughout the whole thing, and you go through the entire Matrix universe from 1 to Revolutions, and you get to relive the biggest elements of each movie plus more. And they immerse you in this kind of cinematic experience where you can do things better. Like in the beginning, when he goes out on the window and he's like, I can't do this. You can choose to do that correctly, and you never get caught. And you go through and you can be like a perfect Neo rather than a flawed Neo. Yeah. And there's all these different ways that the movie can, or not movie, but video game can play out. And it's just amazing. You do that big fight where you fight like thousands of Smiths in Reloaded. You get to relive that. It's just a fucking amazing game. I'm not sure if it's on the PS4, how do you say, like the network? I hope so, because it deserves to be played.
But if you have a PS2,
pick it up. I'm sure it's like a couple dollars on, somewhere, or PS3. I'm sure has it online. But yeah, check it out. It's called The Matrix: Path of Neo.
Oh yeah, nice.
And now, Drop the Mic presents shows, and more shows.
All right, Vic, do you got any shows for us?
Just one show that I'm actually going to be going to in a couple of weeks. It's the same show I've been talking about because it's like one of my favorite bands. It's Primus and Mastodon, July 7th at the San Diego State Calcos Open Air Theater.
Do you have tickets?
I do. Yeah. Shout out to my lovely girlfriend for getting me those tickets.
What's up, Miss Jean?
Yeah, she got me those to see Primus. So, I mean, Primus is one of my favorite bands of all time. For people that don't know, they do the beginning intro to South Park. That's the South Park show. But yeah, that's the only one I got.
Nice. And what's up, James? I know I caught you off guard because we haven't done shows in a couple episodes.
It's not really a show. It's another a comedy show.
Okay.
So, but
it works.
Marlon Wayans is coming back to San Diego.
Comedy Club?
Yes.
Yeah.
The American Comedy Company Club. It's in San Diego. He'll be here from July 12th to the 15th.
Oh, for Comic-Con.
Yes.
Pretty much.
So check those out. I'm pretty sure, hopefully they're still available, because I know that guy sells out pretty fast.
Marlon Wayans?
Marlon.
Oh,
the young
funny,
brother.
Dude.
Yeah.
Lope Dog.
Yeah.
I should say.
Yeah, so go check that out if you have the time, or if you're interested, if you wanna laugh.
Nice.
Yeah, cool.
It's a good one, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I have Three shows actually, and they're all for July. So nice. June was a kind of a drought, at least for me. There's nothing. I want to talk about stuff that's kind of come up relatively close. So I have 3 shows for June. The first one is Anthony Green. He's going to be playing his Avalon album for an anniversary show.
Anthony Green, he
is the lead for Circus Survive.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, he has kind of folky acoustic stuff, and he will be playing House of Blues Wednesday, July 18th, which is going to be preview night of Comic-Con at the House of Blues. So go check him out. He's fucking one of the best live shows I've ever seen.
Cool.
Still, now he just put out a new album. Check that out. Moving on, there's Neurosis, Converge, and Aminra playing Saturday, July 14th, 2018 at the Observatory North Park. Holy shit, they're gonna tear that place apart.
It's been a while since I've seen Converge.
We should go, man.
Converge is awesome, dude. I'd be down to go see Converge.
Bro date.
I haven't. Bro date. It's a bro date.
There you go. 2-step, dude.
I know, right? I might lose it that day. I know. Yeah. Last time I saw Converge, I got kicked in the face.
I remember when I went to go see him in San Fran. That was when I met you right before, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go see him in San Fran," and you were like, "Oh shit, dude, don't get kicked in the face."
Yeah,
that was his little like wisdom for me.
Yeah. It was just like the most. I seen him at the Che Cafe, and anybody that knows about the Che, it's probably as big as this living room right here.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And this band is like, they're just huge, dude. They're like the biggest.
A wall of noise.
Yeah,
like the way that they project, they project is incredible.
And it was just a pile of people, and in that pile, I got kicked in the face. And
how did you get kicked in the face? What was it has to?
I don't. There was a
crowd
ninja.
Surfing, or?
There was a ninja there too. Yeah,
it was headhunting.
There's like these raptors that are from the roof, and
people swing from the rafters, bro. Yeah,
and
fucking Matrix.
Yeah, I took a
flying around
a Saucony to the eyeball. Got knocked out for a little bit, but it was fun. Definitely fun.
Battle scars.
Yeah.
All right. Also at the Observatory North Park, we have the Addicts, classic punk band, and Leftover Crack opening for them.
Nice.
Which is they're like ska,
little crust,
deathcore,
punky.
Yeah, they're great, man.
Leftover Crack.
I love that. I love that. That's Saturday, July 21st, 2018. Cool. And now we go into our... 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now for the movie focus of the week.
Alright, so we're talking about The Matrix. It's rated R. It's from 1999. Science fiction. It runs 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's got a heavy 87 on Rotten. It's directed by the Wachowskis. Starring Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, and Hugo Weaving. The synopsis for this bad boy is: a loner hacker is adopted by a group of rebels who awaken him to the real world. They must continue the fight against the machines who have taken over this said world.
Did you write that yourself?
Yes.
That's fucking good. Fucking good.
Thank you. So my big question, man, because this is James's pick. Why did you pick this movie, and what does it mean to you?
Well, I picked this movie because I feel like it had a big influence on me growing up.
Yes.
Just when did this come out? 99.
Mm-hmm.
So I was probably 9 or 10 when this came out. So
perfect age to be
seeing this was like, oh my god, like, mind blowing type of stuff at that age for sure, and even now for like being an adult, it just inspired my imagination when I was a kid. Always pretending to dodge bullets.
The bullet time,
in class, and trying to show my friends who could go furthest back, without falling. Just this is probably one of my most memorable movies as a kid. So yeah, that's why I picked it.
Yeah, I feel like for me, this is a movie that that kind of creates nerds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for the generation that this came out, I feel like this is a staple movie that really pushes people to be pop culture like enthusiasts. You know, because it's so fucking good. You get so in depth, and it opens doors to all this other stuff. You probably go back, you watch the first Alien, stuff like that. You know? And it's just mind-boggling. Even watching it now, even with the chatter between all of us, it's still so good to have in the background, even though we know every line.
Exactly.
It's so fun to still watch it, you know.
What about you, Vic?
This movie was just mind-blowing when I first saw it. I was a senior in high school, 99, and I remember watching it.
Crazy.
That's insane, dude.
I'm fucking old.
Yeah, you don't look old, though. I'm just saying.
And I just remember one of the main things was kind of like that new culture of computer technology being integrated with like the alternative world. And one of the main things that got me kind of into that was the music, the infusion of like the alternative rock, like the Rage Against the Machines and the Deftones and stuff like that. When I watched the movie, I actually got the soundtrack, and it influenced me to just search more into that type of to look more for that type of movie, and it just kind of changed your perspective on what the norm is for that type of computer technology, futuristic kind of like end of the world sci-fi stuff like that. But yeah, it definitely sparked that whole genre for me, especially being like 17 when I first saw it. So I love it, dude. It's one of my top 10s for sure. Yeah, man.
Nice. God, when you graduated with that movie?
I graduated in 2000, so yeah, it was
like that next year.
Yeah, that next year.
That's crazy. Because this opened on Easter, right? I think.
Yeah, so it was. I was still in high school.
That spring,
watching it. Yeah. It was weird to see, and especially I had never seen the whole bullet dodging, and then you see like the cameras go 360 around everything. And
well, that started it, right?
That's what started it. Yeah,
the bullet time.
That was bullet time was like, dude. It was like, dude, have you seen The Matrix? There's like this cool shooting sequence, and like you said, you can decipher who was the nerds in the groups or whatever. So yeah.
I feel like this has inspired so much stuff throughout pop culture, you know, like with even, you know, Scary Movie reference
I was gonna bring that up.
And so many spoofs of that. Even the first I think all of the Max Payne video games, they incorporate the bullet time. You slow down and you can see it.
Killers.
It's fucking awesome. And then, of course, the sequels that came throughout the early 2000s, which I will say I do like them a lot, but of course they don't touch the.
The first one is perfect. It can't be beaten.
I like how they reference the Matrix every like couple movies, like in Grandma's Boy when they call JP. He's like, "Hey, how much is your clothes in the Matrix?" Because he's like that nerd, that specific person that's like all about the Matrix. Hey, Samantha, don't take the blue pill, stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. What you guys rate this?
Oh man. Vic?
I'll jump in first and say I'll give it a 10.
Yeah? Basically, 10 because of just the story of it alone is insane. Just finding a savior amongst, it's a tale that's been told so many different times.
But not in this way.
Yeah, exactly. They take that story and then they toss it on its side and they apply it to modern day stuff. But 10, dude, it has to be a 10. Visually, musically, everything about it I feel is just it's like revolutionary. It set the tone for a lot of different things that are out now, like you said, across the board, sci-fi, futuristic type movie, dude. It's
Even just like the whole like thinking outside the box. What if what we're being fed from like being a baby is wrong? What if it's a lie? You know, and building upon that, and they do it so well.